Good morning everyone, I'm Alberto Ghizzi Panizza, Nikon Ambassador and Nikon Schoolmaster. Welcome to the Abstract Macro. This is the week's theme of Create Your Light Challenge. In this period, in which we must all stay at home, we can use our time to create abstract macro photography. I will show you how to use our Nikon cameras to create stunning images, using some simple subjects such as CD or DVD or oil and water. But let's start with small colored droplet on a CD. First of all, we have to lock the object so that it's stable and without any movement. So I decided to use a small tripod. I will also use a clamp to lock the CD. Now I'm taking the CD and I will try to create some small droplet on the surface. Obviously you have to put on the right side to find some reflection and the rainbow effect. To create small droplet you can use a spray or a syringe. Let's start with the spray. And now if I want to create a big or some big drops, I will use the syringe. The problem is when they fall on the floor. So I have to rotate a bit the CD and try again. You have to be very patient, calm, and you have to do a lot of attempts. Okay, let's put the camera on the tripod. You have to close very well the camera on the tripod because we want to create blurred images. I prefer to use manual focus, it's simpler than autofocus. And finding the right angle of light to create some rainbow. I want very big drops with a lot of colors, so I have to increase the reproduction ratio and I have to be closer to the subject. So I can use the minimum focal distance and lower the tripod, since I find the subject in focus. In this case, the depth of field is decreasing very fastly. And if I use high aperture values, such as f16, probably not all the drops are in focus. But it's also nice to have one single drop in focus and all the other out of focus. So I can choose the effect that I prefer. Let's start with low aperture values, such as f3.8. Choose a drop and take a picture. I suggest to use the self-timer to avoid vibration when you press the release button. So I will use 5 seconds of self-timer. I have to move away from the window because I create a shadow on the CD. I press the button, wait 5 seconds, and here is the picture. If I want more light, I can also use or increase the rainbow effect. I can use a torch like this one and find where the light creates a very nice rainbow. Right here you can see very nice rainbows. So this time I prefer to close the aperture value. I am on a tripod and the time is not more a problem. To do a better job, I can go to the menu, to the custom setting menu, timers, self-timer, and choose the number of shots. I put 9 shots, so I don't have to press the button all the times. So I can move the light and the camera will take 9 pictures. So I can find the good light. If I want to increase the reproduction ratio, because in the images I've taken of the drops are not so big, I can use the macro extension tubes. So I have to remove the lens, add another extension tubes. I will put on all of them. To get the maximum reproduction ratio image. So this is the maximum reproduction ratio that I can obtain using the 60mm lens with the extension tubes kit. As you can see, the depth of field is very narrow. So I can use the focus stacking technique to obtain an all-in-focus image. I move the focus point here and I will take the first shot. First shot, second one. I'm only moving the focusing ring to change the focus position on the drops. When I reach the end of the frame, I can stop. The further part is here, so I have to take several pictures since the focus reaches the further subject on my frame. Okay, when you don't use the silent mode, you can hear the shutter sound. This can create some blurred images, so the best way to avoid blurred images is to use the silent photography. So I choose SL on, then I press the release button, and as you can hear, there's any sound or vibration taking the pictures. So this is the best way to take macro pictures. Well, you saw what I managed to prepare in a single day. But know that in your homes you have an infinite number of subjects, and that with macro photography you can make any object very interesting. It will be up to you to find the correct shot and the light. Some of my favorite subjects, other than those you have seen here, are pens, pencils, forks, spoons, spears, electronic equipment, and if you also have a garden or some plants, the creative possibilities increase a lot. In fact, we will be able to capture details of the moss, leaves, dew, insect and much more. I hope you find this video inspiring and learned some interesting techniques. If you want, you can use the hashtag #CreateYourLight when sharing your photos. Thanks a lot for watching.